I saw Usher, Justin, Will, his son, LeBron. Well, I can tell you he has secret tunnels. Okay, you see JC, he's worse than Diddy.
We've all heard about the A-list celebrities who have been involved in Diddy's parties over the past few months. But do you know who was actually behind the scenes helping Diddy? Even though the FBI is investigating and Diddy is in jail. Even how Diddy lured others into his trap so he could control them, all of this will be in today's video. Get ready to hear some shocking details that you've never heard before. Some of the names mentioned will leave you stunned. In the second part of a highly anticipated interview, shocking details about Diddy's notorious parties are once again in the spotlight. This interview follows the one from 2018 when Jonathan was arrested, but this time, the conversation dives deeper into the wild rumors that have been circulating online. Just to be clear, everything shared is based on hearsay, though one day it could become gospel truth. It's simply a reaction to the jaw-dropping stories that have been making the rounds. Diddy's parties were legendary, known for their extravagant guest lists, packed with A-list celebrities and powerful CEOs. But it wasn't just the star-studded attendees that made these events infamous. Reports claim the atmosphere was thick with drugs, and the wild behavior was on full display. What really caught people's attention, however, were the rumors surrounding Diddy and his inner circle. Even at those parties, it was said they had a habit of sharing not just women but men as well. One of the most shocking tales? Word has it that Trey Songz was spotted locking lips with Diddy at one of these lavish bashes, but it doesn't stop there. The story goes that after the kiss, the person who witnessed it was invited to Diddy's private room, where they found Trey sitting on Diddy's lap, making out. The wildest part? The invitation was then extended to the onlooker to join them. It's almost impossible to believe, but rumors surrounding Diddy's legendary parties continue to swirl, creating a buzz that's hard to ignore. Whether these stories hold any truth or not, they've certainly added another layer to Diddy's already scandalous reputation. One particularly shocking aspect of these parties is the mystery surrounding the number of high-profile CEOs who attended. Even more startling is the fact that several of them resigned from their positions shortly after Diddy's arrest. This coincidence has raised eyebrows, prompting questions about the nature of these gatherings and what might have transpired behind closed doors. While many partygoers didn't initially realize they were being filmed, it became increasingly evident as the night went on. Diddy, along with others, often recorded the events on their iPhones, and many attendees followed suit, ensuring that it was impossible to miss the action unfolding. This issue of filming became even more significant during Lil Rod's lawsuit last year, where he claimed that Diddy forced him to record everything on his phone. In the court proceedings, investigators revealed that they had confiscated 96 electronic devices and discovered 8 hard drives containing 90 terabytes of data. For comparison, a typical MacBook Pro only has 1 terabyte of storage, meaning Diddy's data was 90 times larger than that of an average computer. Cassie's lawsuit brought even more shocking details to light, claiming that Diddy filmed everything at his parties using phones. As for the celebrities who allegedly attended, Lil Rod named Usher, Justin, Will, and LeBron. While the drama between Diddy, Usher, and Justin has been well documented, the mention of Will Smith and LeBron James was a surprising twist. These revelations have only added to the intrigue, especially since several people connected to Diddy, like Kevin Hart, have kept quiet about the parties from the beginning. When asked about his involvement, Kevin seemed genuinely confused, which only deepened the mystery. Diddy's legendary parties have always had a cloud of secrecy hanging over them, but Kevin Hart has just dropped a huge hint. He told a story about a time when Ken hosted for Diddy, and when someone asked, "Did you see any baby oil?" Kevin's response was startling. "You're asking the wrong person the wrong question." That comment left the room in stunned silence, leaving everyone wondering what really happens at these parties that makes them so off-limits. Lil Rod, who's been to more than a few of these parties, described the scene as one full of secrecy. He said it felt like everyone was watching a performance, with a circle forming around a central event, like a private show. Some guests even took turns, adding to the odd, controlled atmosphere. But what really stood out was Diddy's strict rule about who could stay. Not everyone was welcome to stick around for the after-party. In fact, only those who passed a certain test were allowed to remain. DaBaby, who managed to stay after most were kicked out, confirmed how exclusive these parties really were. He was one of about 15 people who made the cut, and among the few who stayed were Jay-Z and Beyoncé. The idea of a secret hand-picked guest list isn't just surprising, it's shocking. It's one thing to be invited to a party, but to be part of that exclusive group that stays behind with the biggest stars. That's a whole different level. What makes all of this even more shocking is Diddy's knack for making people feel like they're the most important person in the room, like they're his best friend. He has this magnetic ability to draw people in, especially celebrities and rappers, and keep them on his side. It's all about control for him. He reels them in with extravagant parties and showers them with luxury gifts, making them feel special. I'll never forget hearing about the time he casually gave French Montana $1 million, just because. He even calls them his guardian angels, creating this intimate, almost cult-like bond with those he keeps close. The connection between Diddy and French Montana is pretty wild. Diddy not only signed French to a deal, but also created a special Ciroc flavor for him, French vanilla. He handed French $1 million and helped take his career to the next level. But not everyone is a fan of their relationship. Have you ever heard a song with just French Montana? He typically appears on songs that feature 2 or 3 other prominent artists, and he only has about 40 seconds of vocal time. This has led to accusations that French Montana is relying on the names of other artists to attract listeners, rather than creating a unique and distinctive musical style of his own. Despite this, there is no denying that French Montana has worked hard to achieve his current success. However, he has always longed to be recognized as a true artist, to stand among the ranks of famous music artists. According to rumors, Diddy has a unique way of making things work. Putting someone on a track with a major artist nearly guarantees a hit song. This was certainly the case for French Montana, who enjoyed numerous opportunities to collaborate with big names while often partying alongside Diddy. The perks of being in Diddy's inner circle were evident, but things began to change when French Montana distanced himself. The hits slowed down, and despite once being called Diddy's best friend, French Montana hasn't uttered a word about him since their paths diverged. Diddy's life, it seems, is constantly under surveillance. Everything he does is captured on film, even moments spent in his private jet. This gives him a unique form of control, using footage to manipulate or blackmail those who might consider defying him. One individual who experienced this firsthand shared their experience of being taken under Diddy's wing. According to this person, Diddy was nothing short of a protector, but his influence was undeniable. A particularly memorable moment came during a mandatory trip to Vegas, where saying no to Diddy was simply not an option, underscoring the kind of power he holds over those close to him. The rumors about Diddy's influence don't stop there. When comedian Russell Brand found himself on Diddy's jet, he quickly discovered just how intense things could get. It said that Diddy's motto is, "What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas." But the reality of his version of a good trip is far from ordinary. According to those who've been close to him, the trip isn't a success unless someone ends up in the hospital. That alone gives a glimpse into just how intense things can get when you're around him. Many people who've crossed paths with Diddy, like Meek Mill and Mace, have found themselves in a similar situation, stuck on a jet with him, unable to say no to his demands. He has this bizarre habit of buying clothes for everyone that matches, and it's not just about fashion, it's about control. It's part of why he throws those massive white parties where every single detail is about making sure people follow his lead. The more research was done, the more it started to make sense. It could be just coincidence, but those who hang around Diddy, like French Montana, end up with the same look, the same style. But things got even weirder when one person who spent a lot of time with him started noticing strange behavior. Diddy would say things like, "I'll take you shopping." But it didn't feel like a casual offer. It was unsettling, almost as if it were something you'd say to a woman you're attracted to, not another guy. Then came the real shocker. Diddy has a thing for putting men in a headlock, like something out of a UFC fight. At first, no one really got it. What was that supposed to mean? But the more pictures surfaced, the clearer it became. Over and over again, there he was, physically locking people in headlocks, like a twisted way of asserting control. It wasn't just a physical move, it was all about humiliation, a way to make people feel small and under his thumb. This behavior only added to the growing whispers within the entertainment world about Diddy's influence. Rumors have long suggested that he holds the keys to success in the industry, able to elevate anyone who aligns with him to new heights of fame and fortune. Those who play by his rules, attending his parties and collaborating on projects, their careers often soar. But once they fade from his orbit, they seem to vanish from the public eye, with their hits no longer topping the charts. It's as if they were erased the moment they stopped being part of his world. People who've attended Diddy's parties in cities like Miami and Los Angeles often share strange and unsettling stories about what happens behind closed doors. These private events, filled with secrecy, are said to feature hidden tunnels, concealed rooms, and whispers of Illuminati meetings taking place in the background. The sense of exclusivity is palpable, and many claim that these gatherings are more than just social events. They're the setting for something much darker. One of the most talked about aspects of these parties are the so-called humiliation rituals. These mysterious rites are allegedly used to initiate new celebrities into Diddy's inner circle. According to some who've spoken out, these rituals are designed to break down artists emotionally, making them more vulnerable and easier to control. The idea is that by wearing down an artist's sense of self, it becomes much simpler for powerful executives to manipulate them into signing bad deals, securing long-term control over their careers. It's a lot like the hazing rituals you hear about in college fraternities, where a person has to go through a series of grueling challenges just to earn their place in the group. In the music world, it's no different. Many claim that to move up the ladder, artists are forced to endure humiliating experiences as a sort of initiation. And saying no? That's nearly impossible because the labels and executives hold so much power over them, sometimes even going so far as to drug and record everything without consent. And then there are the even darker rumors, ones that suggest the manipulation extends beyond the public eye and into Diddy's private world. Some claim that his mansion is home to secret underground tunnels, allegedly connecting to mysterious locations like the Playboy Mansion. While these stories remain unproven, they only serve to intensify the belief among some that there's a hidden, controlling force at play within the industry, one that operates from the shadows, unnoticed by the public. One anonymous source, who claims to have visited the mansion, shared a chilling account of their experience. They described being led from room to room, eventually finding themselves alone in an unfamiliar area. The deeper you go, the harder it is to get out, the source recounted, revealing the existence of these tunnels beneath the estate. No one knows where the exits are, and those tunnels are secret. They're locked behind a code so outsiders can't just wander in. But the mystery doesn't stop there. The source claimed to have seen notable figures, including actor Will Smith and his son, entering these concealed tunnels. This revelation echoes rumors spread by Jaguar Wright and Will's former personal assistant, both of whom have hinted at disturbing events involving Will's son. Though details remain vague, the hints raise more questions than they answer. Adding to the intrigue is the story of Jaden Smith's abrupt departure from the house at a young age. "Nobody ever really asked why Jaden left so soon," the source remarked. "I wish someone would." As the whispers surrounding Jaden's exit grow, so do the rumors about Will Smith's off-camera behavior, which contrast sharply with the warm, approachable persona he projects to the world. For years, insiders have painted a much darker picture of the actor. One individual who worked closely with Smith revealed an unsettling truth. "He's like a nice guy on the surface, but very rude when the cameras are off." This sharp contrast between Smith's public image and private behavior isn't a one-off observation. Several others have spoken out, confirming that the man many admire for his charisma may not be who he seems. Chris Rock, among other celebrities, has hinted at Smith's hidden side, suggesting that the actor is more complex and less pleasant than fans realize. The glowing public image of Will Smith, the friendly, likable star, has been shaken by stories of a more ruthless, secretive person behind closed doors. One individual who once saw Smith as the nicest, most wonderful person later called him a liar and a douchebag, revealing a shocking shift in how they viewed the actor. Things took a darker turn when the same person recounted being harassed and threatened after a personal dispute with Smith. "Did he send people after me trying to take me out?" they asked. "He sent lawyers after me constantly because I sued him over a personal matter. I knew I wasn't safe." The individual's claims allege that Smith's actions were driven by the desire to keep certain secrets hidden. These kinds of allegations add to the long-standing rumors that have surrounded Smith for years, sparking whispers about his involvement in various troubling situations with some of the biggest names in the entertainment industry. Among the most persistent is the speculation that Smith played a role in a herpes outbreak involving Jay-Z, Rihanna, and Chris Brown. According to one source, he gave a herpes to Jay-Z, who passed it to Rihanna, who then gave it to Chris. This gossip has circulated widely over the years, referring to an unsubstantiated rumor about a herpes outbreak among the stars. However, no concrete evidence has ever emerged to confirm these claims. Despite the lack of proof, some figures within the industry, like singer Jaguar Wright, have hinted at similar stories, adding fuel to the ongoing speculation about the private lives of these celebrities. As the conversation continued, it took an even darker turn when the individual suggested that Jay-Z, one of the most powerful figures in music, might have been involved in the deaths of several prominent celebrities. The first name that came up was the notorious B.I.G., whose unsolved murder in 1997 has been the subject of countless conspiracy theories. Jay-Z wanted Biggie gone to become the best in New York, the person claimed, alluding to the fierce competition between the two rappers during the height of the East Coast-West Coast rap feud. Biggie's death has been surrounded by suspicion and rumors of rivalry, with some theorizing that Jay-Z's ambition and desire to dominate the New York rap scene could have played a role in the tragedy. Although there is no credible evidence linking Jay-Z to Biggie's murder, the theory has remained a part of pop culture lore, further shrouding the rapper's legacy in mystery. But the accusations didn't end with Biggie. The conversation turned to another tragic death, the plane crash that took the life of R&B singer Aaliyah in 2001. The singer had been working with Jay-Z on a project at the time, and some speculate that their rumored relationship and her rising career might have sparked jealousy. The individual hinted that Jay-Z's alleged feelings for Aaliyah and his professional rivalry with her might have contributed to the accident. "She knew Jay-Z wanted Aaliyah," they said, suggesting that personal and professional tensions within the entertainment world often lead to shocking, mysterious events. Aaliyah's death, officially ruled an accident due to the plane's overloading and mechanical failure, has also been surrounded by conspiracy theories, with some believing that there was more to the story than what was officially reported. As the discussion moved forward, the conversation took a dramatic turn toward even more conspiracy theories, this time involving some of the biggest names in the industry, Beyoncé, Diddy, and Kanye West. One anonymous source boldly claimed that Kanye West and Diddy shared a special kind of bond. "Kanye is just like Diddy," the individual said. "They hang out together, mix drinks for women, and get a kick out of watching other guys with their women." It was an odd claim, but it painted a picture of the two music moguls sharing more than just business ties, adding an air of intrigue to their already complicated public personas. But the rumors didn't stop there. The conversation took another twist when the source alleged that Kanye and Diddy had exchanged videos of Kim Kardashian, fueling more speculation about their relationships. The mention of Kim, who has had her fair share of media attention over the years, only deepened the mystery, leaving everyone wondering what exactly was going on behind closed doors. As things heated up, the conversation turned to even more eyebrow-raising claims about Diddy. The source hinted that Diddy had used his influence to pay off people and had even been involved in smuggling items on private planes. Diddy, known for his massive empire that spans music, fashion, and alcohol with his successful Ciroc vodka brand, had always been a figure surrounded by rumors and speculation. These latest stories only added to the mystique, blurring the lines between fact and fiction. Perhaps the most jaw-dropping claim was that Diddy had played a role in helping Barack Obama rise to the presidency. The idea that someone with Diddy's influence in both the entertainment industry and beyond could have had a hand in Obama's political journey seemed far-fetched, but it wasn't completely out of the realm of possibility. Diddy had long been vocal about his political views and supported various causes, but the suggestion that he was involved in such a major political moment took things to a whole new level. This is all for today's video. Feel free to leave a comment and let us know what you think. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates. Thank you, and see you next time. Next.